How much faster do you feel now compared to when you started the program?
I feel at least a second like at least a second faster, honestly. Like genuinely, I feel like just working on a lot of things. But like I remember, and I just remember how I felt whenever I run because that was something I've always been like kind of like just mediocre was the running before, and like after this, after this program for so long, I was like, I just feel so much fast. I feel like I have like this technique almost, like this idea of how to run. So, and definitely this program has been a lot of help because it's like there's a lot of things that I've like, and especially if you look at the beginning, it's like, oh my God, I was like flat footed. My heels are all the way up here, like kicking my butt practically, and my arms are just kind of like that.
Yeah, like a T-Rex.
Wow, there's a lot of things that just definitely changed.
So, how has the coaching and feedback kind of help you improve your sprint mechanics?
Really helpful. I wouldn't. There's a lot of things that you pointed out that I wouldn't even thought to think of. Stuff that you can't really just search up because you're not sure what you're looking up. I guess you know what I mean. Like kind of like one thing that you really helped with is that you had that eye to like, okay, I see you're doing this. Because otherwise, I would have no clue. Like, is that something that I'm supposed to work on? Like, is that something that needs to be changed or improved? But so definitely the feedback helped a lot. I have no clue where I would be if I just kept if I only did like just the workout plan and not the coaching.
Yeah,
Because I have no clue where I would be. Like I might even have just like slacked off in general too, you know?
yeah, for sure, for sure. So, how has this program kind of compared to any other training that you've done in the past?
So the most other training I haven't necessarily done like a I know this is the first time I've done like a pain trainer more or less. But in the past I guess you could say I've done like I guess like I've been coached before for like my baseball team or cross country team. I've done like follow programs online for the gym. So one thing that I could say about your coaching program is that I really do. I like the consistency that it maintains. Like it's always like we should call once a week. Make sure you're doing what you're doing, because that really like it gives me that like okay, I want to get my time frame. I really want to get these workouts done now, get them within this time because I have the call coming up, and also just kind of like the more like it's because there's a lot of accessibility whenever I'm doing these workouts. There's a lot of more places I can go. I can arrange my own time to do them. It's not necessarily I have to meet up here and here at this time because it's the only time I'm available. You know, it's more like I do this workout sometimes in the mornings, sometimes in the afternoons. It's whenever I have that time available, I could just go out, just run.
Yeah, for sure. Um, how has your confidence changed as far as your speeds? That's a big one, right? How
Hmm.
has your confidence changed with you as an athlete and your overall speed?
A lot. I've definitely feel much better about my running. I feel a lot more competent with my running. I feel like I could actually push myself to, like whenever the season starts to come around, I won't be afraid to like steal bases. Like before I was like I would dread if my coach gave me a steal sign because all I was thinking is like I'm not going to be able to make it. But now it's like I want him to give me that steal signs. I want him to tell me to steal more because I just feel that I'm gonna get there right. Like I'm gonna get there fast, efficient, especially because the bases are 30 yards apart from each other, right? In baseball, the bases are 30 yards, I think. But I looked at the time from like the workouts and everything, and I'm like, I can make that. Like I could start stealing way more. You know, like I could start really. I feel much better about it because like I feel like I'm not afraid to start just taking that risk. You know, to start running, doing that extra. Like, especially now, I know like after doing this program, I know how much more is about like the smallest little time. You know, like the little things, like the heel, the toe, like where your foot position is, all that stuff. It's like now I know how much more important it is in baseball because everything's about seconds, milliseconds. So it's like I feel much more like I feel like I could do a lot more, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely just like knowing what to do, like knowing how to prove myself on, you know, just kind of hearing like, because one thing is like always feeling lost about what you're doing, like being like unsure of like if I'm doing it right. But then the weekly calls, they're like, okay, you're doing this really good. You just need to improve on this part because then you're able to, you know, blank, blank, blank. So I really do like, I think the calls, just like the fact that you could have that person know what, like they see what you're doing wrong or see what you're doing right, and they elaborate and they give you feedback on that, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Why would you recommend this to a baseball player looking to improve their speed?
I would recommend this to a baseball player because a lot of the workouts and the things that you teach are very, very focused and like centralized around baseball. Like just running the field. Like a lot of the workouts are between, for the most, on average, I think they were like between they're around 30 yards, more or less, for most of the workouts. Like obviously there's like some 40 or 50, then you had like the hundreds and then shorter ones. But I think in general, all the workouts are like very baseball related because like the things that you teach, like the push off, the explosiveness, that's exactly what you need to do when you're going off the base. You need to have that explosive power, get that, you know, like that long like lead with that like toe motion, like the foot motion, getting the heel, make sure you're pushing off and kind of like how track is, but since baseball is shorter distances, the workout is so much more focused on that, and it's almost like you're running bases in a way, but you're doing it for workouts, so you know how to do the training, you know how to do the motions, the dynamics. So I think it's very good for baseball players because it's like very focused. Like everything is like baseball, you know?